Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As the title explains, we're going to be mounting this 820 Case IH header on the Gleaner here, my Gleaner M2. We went to the Junkyard yesterday, got a few goodies and a couple clips from there. I'll play that. I'll bring you back and we'll look at everything I got. Well, we made it to the Junkyard, and look at what I found. A piece of candy. That is everything that I need right there. It's got the solenoid, it's got the outputs. All I will need is a reservoir for it. And the plate for my adapter. So I'm gonna get to work on this, get this out of here, and we'll go and look at the other goodies that we found. Ooh, another piece of candy. I'll be having those. It's the same header, 16.5 foot instead of 16. That's nice. Here's these, you guys seen them in the video. I've got 3 of them that the wood is good. Then these, the wood is pretty much rotten, which is okay because it's good wood up here. But we're missing a bunch of fingers, which is obviously why I needed them. And that many fingers could get kind of pricey, so pennies on the dollar, right, Nelson? Right here is the adapter plate. It's upside down, obviously. It's adapter plate for, well, not the adapter plate, but that's the mounting plate off of a Case IH combine. You know, I didn't even pay attention to what number I stole it off of, but it doesn't really matter. So that'll mount in there. And then we got this piece, which is the top of a, well, right there, that piece on the corn head, which will end up getting mounted to that, and we'll have to fabricate a few things too, but we've got the main pieces. This one's quick attach. I don't know if they were all like that or not. Not a Case IH guy. This is the biggest thing that I am happy that I found. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find it. It's a hydraulic pump solenoid, and the solenoid isn't just on or off. It controls how much flow goes through it. So that is important to run this right here, because obviously the combine isn't going to be able to run that. So that was a great find. Very happy about that. It's got all the outputs on it, and them are extra ones that ran from the combine for forward and aft and height control, which this header doesn't have forward and aft, but I got height control right here, so that'll just plug in. Looks like I got to change one of my ends, as they're both female. Is that still accepted nowadays? Can I still call them male and female? I don't know. Don't care. How about that? So here's the belt for that system, and this is the original pulley that it would have ran off of. So that's also bearing holders, which obviously not hard to make, but it's nice to have them here. What'll end up happening, I hope, and I got to measure a bunch of stuff yet, but this shaft right here will end up getting a bearing holder up in here, which will be welded to this, and it'll hold this shaft, which is the drive shaft, that'll hold it up in there solid. And this pulley will go onto that shaft, and then we'll have the pump and everything mounted up in here. That's my plan. I believe that there's room for it. Just from rough measurements, there appears to be room for it. I've also got an idea of running the pump off of this side, The grain tables only use one shaft to run it. Corn heads use both of them. But anyway, this one isn't being used, and there's a lot of room over here. So if it doesn't fit there, it will be going over here. Another thing that was very nice that I was able to find. So that is just a 1000 PTO shaft. And once I figured that out, it's like, oh, well, that's easy. So there's 1000 PTO shaft that'll go onto there. The other end is 1002, and this is obviously telescoping or whatever. But then right here, I happened to stumble across two of these. My brother needed two, and I only needed one. However, could imagine this is, I mean, if I'd had to buy this stuff new, I mean, I'd have had $400 into building the shaft for this. Here we found it at the junkyard, and all the stuff you're looking at I paid $500 for, so I cannot complain one bit. Pennies on the dollar. I'm gonna keep using it, Nelson, because this is one of the projects. Sorry. So anyway, just a little bit of swapping around. Okay, so anyway, the hex shaft, I guess. Well, look what we got there. A hex shaft. That was pure luck, guys. This shaft right here, pure luck. Don't even know what it was off of. It was sitting on a Gleaner header. There was two of them, just like it, sitting there. The newer Deutz Alice Gleaner, whatever, header from the 80s. But yeah, I was very happy to find them. Wish we could have found three because my brother needed two, but we cut that cost in half for him because he's got the extra one that I found, obviously. So here we just got, these are the hooks that go here, that hook it in. Maybe. So we needed those, obviously, and then just, you know, a couple pieces of candy. These here, I needed one. Embarrassing, but can't believe I didn't hear that. As soon as I turned it on this year, it was the first thing I heard. And I'm like, what in the world did I do? But I don't remember hearing that last year, so it is what it is. I'll fix that up. I have a welder and a hammer. It'll be fine. Alright, so right here, this all started because I needed this one right here. And then once I got it out, I'm going, man, why didn't I just take all of these? Because these are just, you know, these are rocker switches. That's on and off. This one seems messed up. But rocker switches, on-off switches, they're the same switches that are in the Gleaner, except they're black instead of red, or white. Good starter switch, light switch, stuff like that. You Case IH guys know exactly what that is. And like some nice toggle switches with the relays built into them. These are fancy ones. Another rocker switch, just little things. The control wires for the solenoid there. This is for my chopper. I caught a tree limb last year and bent my bracket on this combine. And my brother needs that pulley because his was worn through. And we already talked about that. These are just my goodies. So we come around here. My brother has got a John Deere header that he's putting onto his L3 right there. So he already had one of these plates, but this one's got quick connect, so he had to have quick connect. He had to. So anyway, he found shafts. Like I said, there's one hex shaft here for him, and he'll just need to find one hex shaft, and he'll have all the parts that he needs, because he's got this here to make telescoping. That's actually a long piece that he'll be able to make multiple things out of. This is for a grain cart that he's working on. The augers were bad on it, and you know, it's runs in the family. Just as cheap as you can get it to work. properly. And then just some different pulleys and stuff for his combine. I broke one of these and have an extra one on hand. And I told him while we were there working on it, I said, you know, it might be prudent for you to have one of these. And instead of just taking that, he torched it off there and took the whole thing. Yeah, no problem. Can't blame him. Blower motor, alternator, radio, CB, some switches back in there. They all work too. We checked them, and that he found 2 batteries. Checked those; they're holding at 12.4, both of them. Said, well, I'll be taking those. There's the other top piece for the Gleaner heads, which he'll be using to get his header on, obviously. And then these 2 pins. That I found the pins, and whatever, we split the pins. How about that? These are parts for the header that he's buying. There's a couple of parts that they stole off of him, and here he found each part that he needed there. That's good, just part of the Tiger Jaw system. Good for him. A pulley for his square baler. Just a bunch of fun little things, right? That's the drive for the John Deere header. I don't know, he grabbed it more or less for the shaft, I think. But we had a good haul, very good haul. Extra drive belt for his combine. Well, I'm not sure what that one is. I think that's a separator belt. I'm pretty sure that'd be the separator belt. It's not the drive belt. So, yeah, all in all, good haul. Here I've been talking for 10 minutes on a video that's supposed to be more about putting stuff together. Maybe we'll just make this its own video. The Junkyard haul. Get everybody worked up and wanting to see the next part of the build, right? We are getting close to harvest time here, so we're kind of on a time crunch. And for you guys that have been watching the channel for more than a year, Bob's coming back tomorrow. So that's going to help out immensely. We're going to have another person here to get their hands dirty. It's going to help out immensely. It couldn't be better timing. So, all right, we're going to call this a video. I've already got about 15 minutes of footage here, so I want the video of me installing all of this and making everything work kind of to be shorter and more to the point. So you guys get it'll be a couple of videos on this. That's all I'm saying. Next video though, we'll have it together, unless everything fails and the soybeans get ready and I got to go put my Gleaner header on and get it picked. I mean, that's a possibility. But with Bob coming back, I think I'm pretty confident we'll get this thing up and going. So be looking forward to that video if you're wanting to see some more fabrication on it and how we make it all work. We're doing it a little different than others do. Basically, we want to be able to, if my brother wants to use this header on his L, just want to unhook from it, and he comes and hooks his L up to it. Same with his John Deere header. If I want to use his header on my Gleaner, I can just go hook up to it and use it. And then we're not changing anything on the combine itself, which is a big thing, because now we get to use, if all else fails and we need to use our Gleaner heads, there we go. We have the Gleaner heads. But then I like the corn heads for these. I have no issue really with the corn heads. So I guess that's where we're going a little bit different with it. A lot of guys modify the combine to work with the header, and then you're stuck with that color head. So the way that we're building them, we'll be able to swap back and forth from brands. And if we get different, he gets a different John Deere header, we just take the adapter off of his head, put it on the other head, and then he can hook up to it. Same with this. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So be looking forward to that video if you're interested in it. And like I said, we're going to call this one a video, call it good. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thumbs up if you got a kick out of me looking for candy at the junkyard. I found a bunch of it. So But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.